into the daylight. Telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up what's for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here in Los Angeles. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum, because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, it's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this one, this game's going to be won on the outside.
And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a 1st down on this opening drive.
Mahomes now on 1st down. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Down to the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple 1st downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage of what's going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think...
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Herbert, quick pass out wide. Touchdown, Chargers! Quentin Johnston, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Khalil Mack. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
I know the this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Davis now to return it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Ray.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Let's go.
Here's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off, their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
They'll run here with Spiller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Isaiah Spiller with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Lawrence Guy busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Joey Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Baylor Tigers. 12.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelce. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, 27 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly.
Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. Just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. No gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, go.
Mahomes to throw on second down. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
15.
On first down, Mahomes. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ram. Set.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his target, Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Hey, go line. What?
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Johnston. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Set. Home to trips right. Set.
They'll try the left side with Spiller. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, easy. We're going orange. Set.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. There's a nice move. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
Touchdown, Chargers! Mike Williams. 37 yards, and the Chargers are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3.
That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Home troops right.
Herbert off of play action. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And some room to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, 73 yards. And the Chargers just continue to roll. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Chris Rumph in on the stop. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Yellow.
2nd down and 6 now. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson down the right sideline. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That goes for a gain of 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Yellow, yellow. 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game,
5-9.
That's certainly something to take pride in.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second.